morning, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another episode of the Younib Breakfast Show with me, Peninah Wachera. I hope you guys have woken up well and are excited to face your day. For me, I am really excited because with the conversation that we're bringing to you today. And I hope you guys are now seated very comfortably at your sofa sets or wherever you prefer sitting as you watch us. And taking also your breakfast with as you listen to us. So as it is the norm here at the Younib Breakfast Show, let's go straight to the morning bite of the day. It is said that sharing is caring, and today we'll be speaking to our guest who will be giving us the story of their life when it comes to depression. Yeah, but before we get to introducing the guest of the day, remember this show is proudly brought to you by Younib organization as well as Miss Your Ashen, and we're trying to reach out to the community on matters mental health. So if you have any mental health issues, you can always seek help from our psychologist through the number 0700 352-250. And also remember, you can always interact with us through our social media platform, Younib_TV on Instagram, Younib Media TV on Facebook, and there's a number on your screen, 0719-144-144. So let's start the conversation of the day. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Younib Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
Please look at the camera, tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. So my name is Ian Wachera, but I prefer going by Teacher Ian, just so I stand out from the many Ians there in the world. So, as of now, I'm a mental health advocate who has been practicing for 6 years now.
Okay, so now we already know the guest of the day. Now let's talk about how you started now your journey, or a little bit of your background of how you grew up or something. Yeah.
Really. My growth was funny, because my whole life has been a comedy show. Because I was born to a single mother, and back then I knew I was the only child. Until 2004, when my younger brother came in the picture, and I guess I was so naive that I didn't notice my mom was pregnant. That's how naive I was. I did not notice she was big. So when my brother came along, I knew we were two brothers. But then in that same year, later on, the guy I usually met in Mishago came to our home. And I remember that I even told my mom, "Hey mom, Regina Mishago amekuja." And my mom almost slapped me, telling me when brother yako. So there I was, suddenly with two brothers. My turtle was the only child that's been taken away. Now I have to share things, including the TV. Which is my best friend, and I was very mean with the TV, but I got used to it. Primary was very good for me, because I was a high achiever. Okay, I still am, but I was a high achiever then, because I was always either number 1 or 2. I was just playing in those fields. Until I finished KCP, I got for 13 marks, which was enough to get me to Upper Hill School. Well, because of that freedom from being away from my mom who was strict, I kind of laid back on my education. And I struggled through high school. But I guess I regained my momentum in Form 4 after mock, till I got a B+ when I finished. And upon finishing, I was called to Masai Mara University. But me, out of my ignorance, I assumed that there will be a lot of Masais there. Okay. And I was afraid of Masais because they drink blood. So I thought they will drink my blood. I told my mom I don't want to go there. And honestly, my mom did everything to convince me to go there. She even had a lawyer friends come and talk to me. But sadly, they lost the case against me. I eventually convinced my mom to take me to my university, which had to take me on parallel basis. And that's why I went.
So what did you pursue there?
Computer science.
Computer science.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes, I got brains.
Which is nice, actually. Yeah. When you came to give us the story, you said you have been suffering from depression. So how did it start?
So the depression came about as through a combination of factors. But the main factor was when I joined to campus in 2014. Because back in those days, I was an introvert who was desperate for attention. And by the grace of God, as I was an introvert, ladies used to hit on me. Yeah, imagine. So, I got used to that lifestyle before campus. So when I joined campus, I was expecting the same treatment. And sure enough, when I joined campus, I was approached by these two ladies while I was booking my room. And they told me that they want to be my friends. And maybe desperate for attention, I agreed. So during our conversations, one lady told me that the house has 7 bedrooms, and the other told me it has 5. And me coming from a 2-bedroom home, I was afraid of telling them the truth, because I thought they would leave me. So I said best to lie to them. And being a very creative person, I sat down with my creativity and invited stupidity and childishness to the meeting. And when those three come together, nothing good comes out of it.
True.
But for me, something good came out. Because I lied to the ladies that you have a penthouse in West End Towers. And they believed me. Or so I thought. Since they believed my lie, I saw that I had to fake a life to support the lie so I don't get caught. So I faked that lie by spending all my pocket money on them. I'll take them out for meals, pay for events, and even pay some of their bills with my 500 pocket money. That was back when 500 was real money. Not now. So, hey, those ladies will chop my money. They will chop till I'm broke. Leaving me without money for food. After the first day that my pocket money came in. But lucky for me, I used to carry uji flour from home. So I'll make uji in my biggest furia and have it for breakfast, lunch, and supper. Imagine surviving on an appetizer. Appetizing my stomach for nothing. So that constant string of hunger for the first 6 months of campus, I was talking to my first therapist. That's how the depression developed. But it did not manifest immediately. Okay?
Yeah.
Because that constant, that trying to fake that life causes anxiety in my mind. And when anxiety goes unchecked for long, it leads to depression. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Okay, so now we've gotten to understand how it all started, right? Now I want to know now, when did it get worse? To the extent you've mentioned you went to a therapist, yeah? So when did it get worse, at the worst state?
So that happened when I was living with my ex in her room, in the hostel. So she told me that at a certain point in December 2017, I started doing some crazy things in campus, like stealing ladies' clothes from the hang lines and hiding them. Abusing people randomly in the school streets. And she told me on this occasion she had taken me to the market to buy clothes, and apparently I was removing my clothes in public to fit in new ones. So after she noticed all these crazy behaviors, she called my mom, who told her to put me in a matatu to come to Nairobi, because I was in Eldoret.
Yeah.
I got to Nairobi. My mom took me to Avenue also Park as well to put an observation. After which, the doctors just assumed I'd taken drugs, because they had gone crazy. So they decided to do a drug test to confirm. But my mom was against that drug test. But they kept pushing until she accepted. So I was told by my mom that the moment they tried to draw a blood sample, I became paralyzed. In my arms, legs, and speech. So after that, I had to be admitted. But I only stayed admitted for 3 weeks alone. Because after those 3 weeks, the bills had become too much. So my mom had me discharged against the doctor's wishes. So I was carried home by my big brother because I was still paralyzed. I was taken back home, laid on the sofa so that I could be seen easily. And so on that sofa I lay for 4 months. Yeah. Everything being done for me. But I was told that after the 4th month, my arms and legs started shaking. When my mom noticed, she tried to lift me up to stand. I got out of the standing up eventually. But I could not do anything else. So, after that standing up, I started being taught everything all over again. How to walk, talk, and use my arms like a child. I even call it the biggest throwback of my life. So, I went on learning those things slowly by slowly. Until I got to this point where I would try walking, but I could not walk on my own. I would need some support. I went on like that for a few weeks until one Saturday morning.
And I want us to hold there, yeah? As we still continue interacting through our social media platforms, that is Younib_TV on Instagram, Younib Media TV on Facebook, and there's a number on your screen. You can SMS or WhatsApp 0719-144-1444. For now, let's take a break, and we'll be back with more information on what happened in that Saturday morning, yeah?
Never the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. This is still the Uni Breakfast Show, and today we're just having a story. Our guest is sharing their story into depression, and we'll get to know how he got out of it. But before the break, I had left you guys in suspense, yeah? So what happened that Saturday morning?
So, I even call it the Saturday of miracles. But that morning, I was woken up by a notification on my phone. I turned to my phone to see it was a WhatsApp video posted in my class group, which was strange because there was no activity in that group for a while. Then suddenly a video is posted. Plus it also had a very big size. So that piqued my curiosity. To the extent that when I even pressed for it to start downloading, I just sat on the bed watching it download. Till it finished downloading and I pressed play. What I saw in that video for the first few seconds shocked me to my bones. Was what I saw in that video was all my classmates most of who I never even said a single word to because I was an introvert, but they're all there in that video praying for my healing.
Oh.
Tell me I'm not loved.
You are.
For sure. I'm loved by God. So, I sat there on that bed, watching all the scenes in that video, being shocked by every scene. I can even remember there was this scene that was very touching, where I saw my classmates gathered in somewhere near our graduation square, and some people were holding up papers, letters written on them. And those letters were written to read out, "We love you, Ian." That is a proof of their love. After watching that video, when the video closed, I just placed the phone down slowly on the bed, breathed in heavily, breathed out, then jump up out of excitement. When it landed, I was so shocked that they jump up. I just kept on jumping, screaming out, "Naruka, Naruka, Naruka." And that's how I got healed.
Wow.
Isn't that a miracle?
It is.
Definitely.
Yeah. And actually, it's quite good that you had a support system in the school from your classmates, and they did quite a good job to actually check on you, and not only check on you, but to ensure that they actually cared enough to send you a video and also to pray for you. You know, not so many people have that for themselves, right? Yeah. So after that happened, how was the excitement, what was the reaction of your family members?
At that point, my bigger brother had already moved out. So it was just me and my mom and my young brother. And my young brother was in high school. So it was just me and my mom. Okay, my mom is not the emotional person. But that day she saw me walking to her room. The first reaction was shock. Then she just said, "Aye, unatembea?" And that's the best I got from her. And I understand that she had to be tough for us.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started working. What happened next now?
So after that, that's when I started seeing a therapist. The same therapist who diagnosed me with the illness in hospital. She diagnosed me with this illness called acute organic brain syndrome, which I came to learn later on that it's a rare type of depression. So I used to see her in a clinic in Ruaraka, near Garden City. And I used to enjoy those visits. Because it was a break from the house. Because I already spent 6 months in the house. I became a free bird. Okay, I became a free bird after that healing. So I really wanted to see outside and be among the new faces. So I used to enjoy those visits. Okay, and also I used to hit on the receptionist. Yes. Because I was very lonely. Because I just left my ex in school. My ex was still in school. Okay, back then I thought she was my girlfriend still. Not knowing that she had already gotten pregnant for another man. Imagine. She didn't even give me a grace period to get better. So, I used to go and hit on that receptionist. And she would indulge me. Because she understood my situation. She just told me what I wanted to hear. So I always look forward to those visits. And I remember whenever I went for those psychiatric visits, my psychiatrist would give me a topic to write about when I go home. When she would look at the next visit. And I remember I was to praise my girlfriend. My God. You would think we've been married. Because I used to praise her because I just watched a video of her helping me walk in hospital ward. So I used to call her my angel. Not knowing that she would be a demon. But at least she took care of me. So that's how the visits used to be. Until the psychiatrist eventually cleared me for school. And I managed to go back to school in September 2018. But going back to school, I went back to school as a special student. But the thing is, I was only given special accommodation for my living arrangements. Because I requested to get a room where I'd be staying alone. Because I didn't want stress from anyone that would lead me back to depression. So I was given one of the rooms, the engineering rooms, that are usually a one-person room, which is good. But in terms of my studying arrangements, I was not given any special accommodation. I was just put in a class of geniuses. Now imagine me, who I came to learn in the first class that I had an issue with memory. Yeah. Because we didn't know it then, but bipolar started developing. But we did not, no one knew about it. So I'd just be in class, listening attentively, but then after class, I don't have any memory of what I've been taught. The exams will come, I'll study hard, but when I get to the exam room, I'm blank. Yeah, that's the torture I was in.
Okay. So, okay, you came to discover later you had bipolar. Let's talk about how you got to be diagnosed with the bipolar.
It was actually in a very funny way. Because one day I was around home, took it to a friend of mine. Then after I was done talking to them, a lady called out to me. She was a doctor in some clinic near home. She called out to me and I went. I got there and she told me, young man, I can tell there's a problem with you, there's a problem you have. I'd like you to go see a doctor friend of mine can give me. So I was there like, why not? I didn't know I had a problem. So I went to see the doctor. Then after some tests, she told me that I had bipolar. And that's how I started my journey being treated for bipolar. Yeah.
Okay. So during the whole journey of you being depressed, you getting bipolar, how are you feeling and how are you relating with other people?
Okay. I don't remember much about the depression because I believe God took away those memories to save me from trauma. Because in all honesty, I would not want to see myself crazy. So good memories gone, bad memories gone. Because I can always say, not everything needs to be remembered. So, all I can remember is the bipolar. Because there was even this point where my mom, after I got healed, before I even went to see the psychiatrist, there was this period of 2 weeks where my mom had me admitted at Roman Medical Clinic. Because after I got healed, my voice was extremely loud. Like I would be talking and the windows vibrate. Imagine. I was a hazardous to windows. So, she had me admitted there. And in all honesty, I loved that admission. For one thing, there was DSTV there, which is something I always craved watching. And their food. I'm not just talking from a Luya perspective. That food was just amazing. Because it was made by chefs. And I loved it. So I stayed there for 2 weeks. My mom came and told me she had to discharge me. I begged her to let me stay. But the fee there was very expensive. So I had to be discharged. And that's when I started seeing a therapist. Yeah.
Okay. So what about the bipolar journey?
So the bipolar journey was amazing. Because me, I enjoyed talking to people as loud as I was. Because I became very friendly to people. And people liked me because they were all shocked that I was talking to them. So people, I started getting noticed by people. I mean, that was a moment, that's the point I realized people were actually noticing me when I was quiet. Because everyone would be like, hey, Ian, excuse me, Nongea. Then that's how the conversation would start. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So mostly you don't remember about your depression episodes, what really transpired, the signs that you really had during that time. But can we speak about the signs for bipolar that you realized after being diagnosed with bipolar? Sorry.
So the signs I noticed were the loud voice and the lack of control of emotions. Yeah.
Only those ones?
Yeah, those are the 2 signs I noticed.
Okay, so bipolar happened. You were in school, right? So what happened or how did you get to balance the periods of bipolar periods and also schoolwork?
Actually, I had no guide on how to balance. Because I was all on my own in school. But some lecturers were supportive. Because even in 4th year, one of my units was called something, had something to do with the brain. You know, computers are usually related to the human brain.
Yeah.
So that course was like, it was there for me. Because I learned things in that course that would give me guidelines on how to deal with my mind as it was at that point. So that sort of helped. But the other was just, I was just going through it, however it comes.
So you were seeing blanks when it comes to exam. Did it improve?
Not really. I got to a point where I was just going to the exam room. I said, I don't know things. I just take my book and put it in top. I start copying notes.
And teachers will allow that?
Two lecturers will allow. But there was this one who was just stubborn. Even he threatened to have me expelled. But that day he told me that he looked at me, brother, you don't know my condition. And he just left me.
Okay, so as we think about, or as we continue listening to the conversation, which is the story on depression, it's good for everyone to speak out. Maybe it can help somebody out there. Maybe it can be of good help to somebody also who is living with somebody who has been with depression or who has had different disorders when it comes to mental health. So for now, I want us to take this short break, and we'll be back with more concerning the conversation at hand.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. This is the Younib Breakfast Show with me, Peninah Wachera, and today we're just having a story from one of us who about depression and how he has been living with bipolar. And guys, remember this show is proudly brought to you by Miss Ashen as well as Younib organization, and we are trying to reach out to the community on matters mental health. So if you feel like you have any mental health issues, you can always call the number 0700 352-250, and our psychologist will be able to help you out. So coming back to the conversation, we have already known the background when it comes to depression and bipolar. Now let's talk about recovery. How has been recovery for you?
Recovery has been a journey. Actually, recovery is a journey.
It's a journey, yeah.
It's not a destination.
True.
It's a journey. So it's something I've been learning. Okay, one thing that has been helping me was my journey with Christ. Because you see, since God healed me through prayers, I dedicated my life to Him, and I've been walking the journey with Him. So that has really helped me out. Because as much as my ex cheated on me and left me all the way to Nyeri, was like, who does that? When you cheat, you just move houses. You don't move counties. She chose to move counties. And it's okay. It's good that she went far. It has been helping moving on easier. Because there's no chance of us meeting. And the fact that she hacked my social media accounts and deleted all her photos made sure that I don't have anywhere to refer to her. So even when I talk about it, I don't have any proof. Most people think it's a lie. But it's okay if they think, because the world will always think whatever they want to think. So, I've been walking the journey of recovery with God. I believe God is the ultimate healer. You may see all the doctors in the world, but without God, you'll not get healed.
Sure.
So, he has really been helping me out. Like last year was my biggest year of healing. Because I started the year looking up mental health organizations that I can work with. And one organization came up in my searches called a Kiribomba. It's a CBO that's based in Kibra. So one day I read there in the website that they have group therapy, collective therapy on Thursdays. So I visited them that one Thursday and I went for that collective therapy. And after I shared my story with them, their leading therapist told me that they like to see me after the meeting. So I went to see them after the meeting, and she told me that, at first she told me that she can take me for therapy. I immediately told her I don't have money for therapy. But she told me that she can take me for pro bono sessions. And I agreed, so I started seeing her. So I saw her for a period of like 8 months. Seeing her I used to meet her in a clinic somewhere near Empisha. So it was through those sessions that I got healed from my memory issues. I noticed that my memory is so okay that I can even remember mobile number sometimes. Like your number, I remember it. The number you've been mentioning.
Yeah.
0700. I have it in my mind. Yeah.
Okay. So what can you say, or how can you say that this story, the depression, the bipolar, has really shaped who you are right now?
It has really changed me. Because it changed from being an introvert to an extrovert. Actually, that's the change that even doctors can't explain. I even remember there's this day I decided to go back to Avenue Hospital to say thank you to the doctors who took care of me. I got to the ward where I was admitted. One nurse came and saw me and she fainted. Because those doctors assumed I was going to die when I went home. So seeing me walk there shocked her to the point that she fainted. And that was really uplifting for me. Oh, that's how amazing God's work is.
Yeah.
People get shocked by it.
So what are the lessons that you've gotten to learn during this time?
The biggest lesson is speaking up, as you mentioned. I always tell people, speaking up is the first step to healing. Because once you speak up, it means you acknowledge that you have the mental illness. And the fact that you acknowledge it means you can do something about it. Don't live in denial. Because even me, I was in denial in the first few months after I got healed. And that's why the medication was not working. Until the point I sat down with myself and accepted that I have the illness, that's when the medication started working. Because you cannot heal if you do not know what you're suffering from. Yeah.
So first it's acceptance, then after acceptance you get help now,
yes,
which will help you do better. As I keep on telling you guys in the episodes or other segments that we've been doing, it's good to always ensure that you do your research actually, because you see he did his research and that is how he got help, right? And also accept the condition you're in and seek help. It all goes a long way, right?
Yeah.
So if there's somebody who's going through depression right now, you can give them a word of advice.
So, depression is not a destination. It is a path. And it's always a path to something better. Take whatever God has not placed you in that situation for no reason. There is always purpose in pain. God never wastes pain. Find the purpose in that pain. Yes.
Okay, so find the purpose in that pain, right? How do you continue managing your own mental health right now?
By talking. God give me these words and I utilize it. I believe by this talking of mine is what is keeping me sane. Okay? So, use what God has given you. Because even God tells people, come as you are. God in the Bible told people, come as you are.
Yeah.
Like, and when God was blessing, when God was planning to use people, He always asked them, what do you have? Okay? Have something. Don't just be there saying you don't have anything. Find what you have that God can use. Yeah.
Okay. In this journey, what would you say, or how would you say that your family has been supportive?
They're very supportive of me when I was paralyzed. Well, like my big brother, I was told that in the initial days of the paralysis, my big brother would take me to Bomblast for counseling. And because I was paralyzed, he used to carry me there from the stage and bring me back home. My mom was there paying for all those things with the little money she had. Because she had to take money from her project of building a retirement home into my health. And now it's even now that she's in the final process of building that house. Yeah. And even in my bipolar journey, I go for hospital visits every month. And she's still there providing the money. Yeah.
So they have been very, very supportive in your growth. So is there anything in the journey that you haven't shared yet and you feel like you can share?
Not really.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're okay.
I'm okay.
But there's an aspect of your friends, yeah? Definitely, you said you are introverted, but I know you had some friends before the depression journey and also bipolar, yeah?
Yeah.
So what happened to those friends?
Life happened. That's actually, some people came to visit me in hospital because it was holiday season. So I saw pictures of them who came to visit me in hospital. And the ones who visited me, I called them up and invited them home for Thanksgiving. I made them a lot of food. I even baked them a cake. Yeah.
So they came?
Yeah, they came.
And you were able to celebrate. And are they still your friends?
Yes, yeah. Though they've gone their ways. I lost a lot of their numbers. Yeah.
Did that affect you in any way?
Not really. I'd already learned to move on with life myself. Because I didn't want to be clingy to them. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do right now? What are your hobbies? And what are you doing to help you cope with the depression and also the bipolar?
So, my hobbies are sharing my story and watching cartoons and animations. For me, I've always been a fan of cartoons. Considering I learned a lot of my English from cartoons, I really value them. I even tell people I watch cartoons as a preparation for peace in my future family. Because me and my kids will all be watching the same things.
Yeah.
So we'll not be fighting for the remote. That's peace. Yes.
Yeah, so it's cartoons. There's no any other interesting hobby?
I love making jokes with friends. Yeah. Because I even decided to become a comedian.
Ah.
Yes. I love the way you impress. Nice. Oh, I got her.
Yeah, you did. Actually, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story. I think this will help people out there actually. And those people who are losing hope, who maybe in one or another have felt like they have gone through the most, I know by sharing your story, they'll be able to get more faith and also more hope that there's something good coming. Yeah. You see from your story now we have seen you're working with God, or your Christian journey has really grown more than how it was. So at the end of everything there's always hope at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you so much for coming and for sharing your story to everyone, and I hope this will be able to help other people get to speak out also. Yeah. So thank you so much to everyone who has made this show a success. Thank you so much to our director Elias Mushina, and to Jonte who's behind the camera. Asante sana. And for everyone who has made this show a success behind the scenes, asanteni sana. This show is brought to you because it comes to you in the morning because of this amazing team. Yeah. And to you, our viewers, thank you for always speaking out, for always sharing our conversations every time we have them to different people. And I know if this conversation doesn't really help you specifically, you can be able to share to somebody else who can get help. Thank you so much for watching the Breakfast Show. And until next time, do have a beautiful day ahead. Goodbye.